Hey everyone, Chad here. If you've been wondering what's actually happening in the Orlando real estate market right now in June 2026, not scary headlines, just real actual numbers. Don't worry, I gotcha. This is the May 2026 numbers because numbers are always a month behind. And I'm going to break it down as simply as I can in simple language, what the numbers say and what they mean for you, whether you're buying or selling. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so here's the one sentence version of this. The Orlando market is steady. It's not crashing, it's not booming, it's just steady. Compared to a year ago, the number of homes selling is basically flat and prices are up just slightly. After the roller coaster of the last few years, boring and balanced, in my opinion, is some really good, refreshing news. Let me show you why. All right, first the supply. So we're at about 7,983 homes for sale in May. That's across several counties around here in Central Florida, in the Orlando area. That's down less than 1% from April, so basically holding steady. And 2,904 new listings hit the market, a little lower than April and slightly lower than last year. So my translation here is that there are plenty of homes to choose from, but sellers are not out there flooding the market. It's healthy, it's normal level of inventory. All right, now prices, and this is where I kind of want to slow down for a second because there are two numbers here and they tell different stories. There's the average sale price, which was about $575,000, which is up 7% from April. But the median, that is the price in the middle where half of the homes sold for more and the other half sold for less, was about $441,000, and that's essentially flat versus a year ago. So why is there a gap between $575 and $441? Well, a handful of big luxury sales actually pulls up the average by quite a lot because we're not talking about tens of thousands of homes here. So because of that, the median is actually the truer pulse of the everyday market, and what we're seeing is that it's stable. So when someone tells you that prices are skyrocketing because we see a 7% jump, the honest answer is no, that is not what's happening. The typical home is holding its value more or less, but it's not spiking. All right, so how fast are these homes selling? Well, on average, about 62 days, so about 2 months on the market before going under contract, and then there's another 30 to 60 days before they close. And here's a number I think sellers are going to like, that homes are selling for about 97 to 98 cents on every dollar of your asking price. So sellers are still getting pretty close to what they asked for. Homes aren't flying off the shelf like they were in 2021, but they're not sitting forever either. These 60-ish days is pretty acceptable and normal at this point. All right, so where is most of the activity? The sweet spot is actually if you have a house that's going to be priced between $300,000 to $500,000. That one band alone was over half of all of the sales in May. So homes in that range also sell the fastest. On the luxury end, so we're talking $1 million and up, they're going to move slower and they are selling at a bigger discount to their asking price, around 95%. So you can see just a little under, and that makes it a little bit different of a game. All right, so what does this mean if you're in the market and you're looking to buy soon? Well, there's some good news here. You have real choices. There's almost 8,000 homes to choose from. So you're not getting steamrolled over in bidding wars like you were a few years ago. Prices are relatively stable. Homes take about 2 months to sell, which means sellers are negotiating. You have time to be thoughtful, and if you're shopping above $750,000, you actually have even more room to negotiate. I've seen it many times. All right, what if you're selling? The market still has some things that are in your favor, but you do have to be smart. You can't just throw it up there anymore and get whatever you want. That's not happening. You're getting 97 to 98% of your asking, but only if you price it right immediately out of the gate. If you're doing price reductions, that's going to skew these numbers. So with 8,000 homes competing for the buyer's attention, buyers are being very picky right now. I see it every single day. The homes that are priced well, don't need a whole lot of work, turnkey, they're showing well, those are the ones that are selling in that 2-month window. If you overprice it, it needs even a little bit of work. Major things need to be done, and you're chasing the market down. You're going to sit, you're going to wait. Your house is going to take longer than 60 days to sell. But if you price it right, you're going to do just fine. All right, so the bottom line here, Orlando in May 2026, going into June, is a balanced, healthy market, steady prices. We have some solid demand and a real opportunity on both sides. If you want to know what your home is worth or what your buying power looks like right now, reach out to me. Links below. My name is Chad again, and I'll see you in the next one.